Noel Feather Hunting Videos presents Bear Bustin'.
Hi, I'm Noel Feather. We're up here in northeastern Ontario, close to Timmins, and we're at the Fairview Outpost Camp. And this is Fern Fournier and my old hunting buddy Jim Miller. And Fern is the fellow that's been feeding these bears, and hopefully he's got them fat and ready to go. And we're going to be doing some bear hunting and a little fishing too, and hopefully do some good. Fern, would you like to tell a little bit about your operation and what you've been doing with these animals?
Okay, there we're running. Today is the 17th, 18th of May, and I've been out baiting these bears since the snow left at the end of April. I come out every chance I get, usually 4 times a week, and I use large barrels with all my baits so that I can hold a large amount of baits. And when I start off, I put 3 or 4 different ingredients in my baits, so give them kind of a variety. I use restaurant grease and whatnot, and I use meat scraps, and I use sweets and rolls and bread. And I find the bears really like that.
Usually start them off with something kind of smelly to get them to find the bait.
Yeah, that grease alone has a real potent, long-lasting smell. Even if you get rain, it still has the odor in there.
Yeah. I used to do little bear guiding several years back, and that's how we did it. We'd always start out with some rotten meat or rotten fish or something, just to get the bear coming. But he still prefers the fresh stuff. If it's available, he'll always pick the meat scraps and everything that's the freshest before he'll go for that rotten stuff.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
You do need that to get him to find the bait.
And
it pretty much seems like it's about the same all over any place I've ever hunted.
Yeah.
They still prefer those pastries.
Oh yeah,
They'll
by
take
far.
a donut
Sweets,
or
anytime.
If you got good supply of pastries, when you keep feeding that old bear, well, you keep him coming in, and that seems to work the best.
I'm real lucky. I have access to chocolates, and they just go gobble that stuff up. They really like the chocolates.
I had an old boy a few years back that come up and hunted with me that he worked in a candy factory. Remember that big barrel? He brought us up oh man, it must have been a 50-pound barrel full of just, stale candy or something. But them bears, they couldn't tell it was stale. And
no.
I'll tell you, they went for it. It was good stuff.
That's for sure. Yeah, and using those barrels also, because I can't be here every day of the week because we're situated approximately 50 miles east of Timmins by road. It's 2 to 3 hours to get in here and haul in all the gear. It's quite out of the way. And if I can get here 3-4 times a week, the days I can't be here with the large amount of barrels, the baits are still baited on their own because they don't usually, eat out the whole bait in one shot. It'll take a couple of visits, which is good. It gets them accustomed to the baits and they're used to it.
I used to always run anywhere from 40 to 50 baits, and you just can't cover that many baits in one day.
Never.
And I'd usually split mine up, and I'd try to
every
bait
second or third day.
Half of them one day, and then the next day do the other half and alternate, and it kept them coming pretty good. Once they find the bait and you get him coming, you keep feeding him just even every other day. And then when the hunters had come in, why I'd normally have each guy bait as he goes in, and that seems to really pick them up too. When you start baiting every day and the guy's hunting the bait, the action seems to really pick up. And you've really got a nice camp here. I'll say that for you. You're set up for it.
Well, we tried to set it up to be a camp that's, an outpost camp is not like a lodge where, you have, maybe a television and a telephone and a radio.
That's right.
We try to keep it secluded, but yet we don't want you sleeping on the ground in a wet tent, or anything. So we got everything set up on plywood floors, and the bunks are off the ground, so you have room to put your gear underneath. And
that really helps.
Yeah, it keeps you dry. I have heaters and propane lighting and heating, and it makes it a lot more comfortable for everybody.
Well, from what I've seen so far of the baits that we was checking there yesterday, it looks to me like that most of them have been hit pretty regular, and there's good runs coming into the baits. So I think that we're going to do some good, and you got some more people coming in here in a few days, and so we're going to be trying to film me hunting and Jim's going to be doing some hunting. Going to try to film him as well as some of the other people that you've got coming in, just to try to get some action to to put it on a video to show the people how you do it and what we enjoy doing. So
yeah, I'm sure there will be no problem at all. These bears aren't shy. They haven't been bothered. This area here, although we aren't that far away from a major town, hasn't been hunted. First of all, local Canadian people, there's very, very few that hunt bears.
right.
Okay, so that kind of leaves it open to people out of the province, out of the country. And eventually, I imagine the Canadian people will start hunting them, but right now, there are just very few that do. So it leaves a good bear population in the area.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, most of the bear hunting is in the evening. Some of the guys hunt mornings, but as a rule, if you go out around 4 o'clock in the afternoon and sit till about a half hour before dark, it's about what good shooting light.
Yeah.
Usually, you're going to get your shot at the bear by sitting that long, and 4 or 5 hours on stand fighting the bugs and everything is about as much
About as
as
long as you can take.
the average guy wants to sit anyway.
That's right, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I thought that we'll start out anyway pretty much by hunting in the evenings and try it that way. And if things get real tough, then we'll just have to go in there in the morning and sit all day.
Yeah.
Try to
Yeah.
get the job done.
8 o'clock in the evening seems to be the secret hour.
Yeah.
The wind is usually calmed down at the time, and the sun is, the heat of the day is cooling off. Now they're comfortable to moving with that long fur they have. I can't blame them. I wouldn't move in the heat the day.
It's been exceptionally hot too.
Yeah,
for this time of year in Ontario.
Right.
Yeah.
I can only remember about one other time I've ever been up in this part of the country that it's been up 85, 90 degrees, and it always creates a problem with the forest fires and
Yeah.
everything that you have to worry about. But anyway, what do you think, Jim? You think we ought to maybe go out and try to catch a walleye and
Let's try that.
see if we can
Got to get a sturgeon too.
get a few walleyes for supper? And
This
I'd
camp-
like to do some of that sturgeon fishing.
Yeah,
too.
that's going to be fun.
This camp is not only just a bear hunting camp, it's a combination of bear hunting and fishing also, so that, like, if a guy gets his bear right off the bat, hey, I can't say, go home.
Yeah.
Enjoy the fishing, relax, you're on holidays, that's what
You
you're
bet.
here for,
That's right.
enjoy it.
That the sturgeon fishing part of it, this is one of the few places I've ever been where sturgeon was available.
That's right.
That's
yeah.
pretty much a river fishing, isn't it? I mean,
Most of the time, yeah.
what's the name of this river you got?
Groundhog River,
Groundhog River.
yeah. It's,
It's
we
a
are,
deep son of a gun.
oh yeah, we're situated approximately 18, 19 miles from the nearest blacktop highway. And even on a canoe, it would take 2.5 days to canoe down the river because of the portages. There's a lot of rapids and whatnot. Average depth on the river is probably 12 feet, but there's holes that are 35 feet, We have a lot of water, and, there's a lot of feeder creeks coming in. And in the river itself, it has northerns and walleyes and sturgeon, and there's trout. Early in the spring, there's trout and the speckled trout, and usually they go quite good size, 3-4 pounds.
Sure.
Yeah, they're not in big numbers, but they're in there. And
Do you guys fish for the sturgeon yourself quite
Yeah.
a bit, or
yeah, we do just to catch them. They're great. I love catching them because they put up an awful fight. It's like hooking onto a freight train. They'll pull your boat around and everything, and they're a
man,
lot
I
of fun.
can't wait to tie in
I
with
know
them.
it.
Yeah, they are great.
I guess I'm kind of squirrely. I like to fish for catfish. A lot of people back home they figure catfish is a scavenger and they don't think they don't even pay much attention to him. And I think the people in Canada, from different ones I've talked to, the walleye seems to be the fish.
Fish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the
But-
most sought after. Yeah.
But I tell you, I love catfish, and I think these sturgeon would be a lot like fishing for catfish because you're fishing on the bottom
That's right.
and using a lot of the same
Same
type
bait.
of baits. I think.
That's right. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
just
they're
sitting there
strictly
waiting for
bottom
him to
feeders.
hit.
Strictly bottom feeders.
I think it'd be fun, and I'm
Enjoy.
looking forward to giving it a try.
Yeah, normally we don't have a chance to fish, do we? Always hunting, it seems
That's the
like.
trouble. That's the trouble. I think we ought to kill them bears early,
Boy, it'd
and
be
then we got
nice.
some time to do some fishing.
I'd like to do that, I'll tell you, just to enjoy myself and fish a little bit.
You got it. Let's go catch a
Let's
walleye.
do it.
After a successful afternoon of walleye fishing, Noel and Jim settle down in their selected stand sites. Let's join Noel now at his stand location as he weathers an onslaught of black flies and mosquitoes. The shot is perfect, and the bear runs only a few yards into the bush. Let's listen carefully for the sure clue that the bear has not run far.
Death cry.
Jeez,
There I went all the way through.
no kidding.
I knew,
That's lung blood on there too.
well, I thought I hit him in the lungs,
Yeah.
but we could have walked in on him last night, I'm sure, and picked him up.
Mhm.
But, you know,
Did you hear that death cry?
yeah, I heard the death cry.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know the bear didn't go very
He didn't
far.
go very far then, all did he?
But we couldn't have got him out without the four-wheeler anyway,
Yeah.
so we'll just walk
What
in
did
there.
it going down through this way here?
He went right on down that way. I don't think he's over 30 yards
Okay.
from
All right.
where I shot him. And we could follow the blood trail, but I don't think we can walk right to him. Let's just see if we can walk in on him.
Walk in on him. What's the cure of it?
Always hits the thick stuff.
We could open up for you.
There's a little blood right there.
Okay.
Yeah, blood 2 months out of
It's tough to track bears without blood up there. They just don't leave it.
I don't like to track them, man. I like to know that bear ain't going very far.
That hide
When
just
you hear
like
that old moan, you know you got him.
that hide in spring bears is just like a big old ink blotter. It soaks up all the blood.
Well, that moan last night wouldn't help anything if you had a bad tracking job.
Yeah, for sure.
There he is.
All right. Way to go,
There
Red.
he is.
Yes, there he is.
I
All
knew-
right.
I knew he was going far.
Yeah, I hear
I
you.
heard brush breaking in last night.
Yeah. Smooth. He's a dandy, Red.
He's a bad bear.
Congratulations, buddy. Way to go. Drilled him good, didn't you?
Yeah, it looked real good. Here I went completely through him. It looked like it was in the right place. Yeah, he's a good bear. He's a dandy. We had that four-wheeler last night.
Right.
It probably
Been a lot easier.
just went ahead and tried to got him out, but it's better to be safe than sorry anyway.
It sure is.
Boy, he's got a head on him,
Well, he has. He's got a big head. Look at the scars on his face. He's been fighting.
That help must
I
be
see.
4 or 5 inches long.
Yes, boy, he's been fighting.
Yeah, I don't know if he's an old bear or not. He's
either.
been in a
Few
been in a few
scrapes.
brawls, ain't
Yes,
he?
he has.
No, that's bear's got a nice head on him. Boy, he's got good thick coat. He'll make a beautiful rug, won't
He
he?
sure will. He'll make a beautiful rug.
Yeah,
And he's not rubbed anywhere.
That's
not-
that's the nice thing about spring bears.
Mhm.
If you hunt early, his hair is going to be longer. You're going to get a better hide. But if it's rubbed, it ain't no good.
And it's not good for, I mean, it's not a trophy at all.
That's the nice part about hunting them early. If you can get one before he's rubbed. 2 weeks from now, where this weather's been, hot
hot
as
as
it's
it
been,
is.
I'd hate to bet that bear wouldn't be rubbed.
Rubbed all over.
He's
Boy, the flies are getting bad too.
he's a good.
He sure is. He's a
He's
dandy.
got some feet on
You
him.
know, one thing I've noticed about these bears here, that every one of them's all dark blacks. There's not
Yeah.
a color phasing area, is there?
In this part of the country, you very seldom see anything but a black.
Is that right?
Yeah, you go west, you get out in Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Colorado,
Mhm.
you get a lot of the color phase.
46th, huh?
46 of them, guy.
Let's see, I've been on a couple with you.
Yeah, more than a couple. More than a couple.
Yeah?
No, he's a pretty bear, I tell you. There's just something about them bears. I never get tired of bear hunting.
Bear hunting. And the
Well,
neat thing,
it's a good time of year.
Right,
There
that's
ain't much
right.
else going on.
Yep.
That's about all you can hunt in the spring of the year is bears,
Right.
you know. And usually this time of year the fishing's good, and
Mhm.
and I guess I haven't missed a year coming up here in a lot of years. So just always something to look forward to, you know.
that's,
So-
like you say, there's nothing else to hunt, and so it gives you an opportunity to get up. And
And a black bear is a heck of an animal. You know, he's a
heck of a trophy.
he's a real trophy, and a lot of people think a bear, is not sharp or they don't see good.
Right.
Boy, a bear will pick you up in a heartbeat.
And hearing the unbelievable.
Hearing is good. He's got a good nose on him, and he's just tough to take.
What do you think his number one defense is? Just
Probably his nose.
His nose?
That old, he's a lot like a whitetail. He lives with that nose.
Yep.
And they use that to find that old grub, and he's just a sharp animal. But they're magnificent animals.
A new hunter that's say first time up guy that's bow hunting up for a black bear. Do you think you should pass a bear up? Do you think what would you say for the first time bow hunter coming up to hunt black bears? What would you tell a
To
guy?
pass up what kind of a bear you talking
If a
about?
nice bear comes in, do you think he?
No, I think if he's after a bear, he better take the first decent bear. If it's a bear that he's going to make him happy, he better shoot the first bear he gets a chance, because he may not get another chance.
That's tough, isn't
You know,
it?
if the bear don't suit you, if you're after you're wanting a bigger bear, then a guy should hold off and wait for the good one.
Yeah,
But when the first bear that's going to make you happy comes in,
you should be.
you better take the shot, because you may not get one.
What would you recommend for the bow hunter for the first time that's coming up to bear hunt? What's a good indicator to tell him if he's looking at a good bear or bad bear? Because everybody thinks they're about 3 times larger than they really are when they first come to
The
bed.
average black bear, 200 pounds, will catch the average decent black bear. I mean, it's just like people. You run onto a person once in a while weigh 400 pounds, and there's big bears out there. There's bears that'll weigh 400 and 500 pounds, but you're going to hunt a bear a long time before
you see
you run
one like
across
that.
a bear
Right,
like that.
right.
So, if you get a chance to kill a nice 200-pound bear, I'd say, if a guy's wanting a bear rug, he better take the first one he gets cracking.
I hear you.
Because he might wait a long time before he gets bigger than that.
Yeah, those 400 pounders is like Boone and Crockett whitetails. They just don't come
That's
along
right.
every day.
You got
They
it.
don't come along every day.
Well, let's go get the ropes and
All right.
take our equipment back and all that good stuff, and get him back out there and skin him out.
Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
Dandy.
All right, let's do her.
Do it.
Noel and Jim make the task of hauling out their bear easier by using an all-terrain vehicle. The tent camp is 4 miles away, and by using logging roads, remote hunting is made possible.
This will make things a lot easier.
Yeah, it sure will.
You know, I want to get that tag on him right quick too. I don't like to tag them things when you're dragging them.
Yeah, invariably, I had
That's
it
the
happen.
only thing I don't
Yep.
like about this type of
Tag.
a tag, because
Pull them out of their
the
nose.
paper, or these paper deals like this, they tear off pretty
Mhm.
easy. So I don't like to tag them till I get ready to load them. Figure out how this thing works here.
Yeah, how many times have you been dragging deer out and have your tag fall off, and
That's the problem. You get back in, you don't have a tag.
then you got to explain why it's not. That's an odd way to tag an animal, isn't it?
Yeah, it kind of messes them up for pictures, I'll say that. So ought to do it.
Doesn't want to work now, does it? There it is. That got it.
That'll do her. That way it won't get dragged off.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're ready to put her up.
You need to,
Roll him over.
how are we gonna do this here?
Oh, let's try to drag him over both. Or you want to try and
You
pick
can
him?
drop that trailer down.
Yeah. I don't think that's going to. Roll him over into it.
What's that?
Just roll him over into it. Hold on a second.
Watch out. Watch his head there.
All right.
There we go.
Let me go on the other side of you, know. Boy, these buggers are heavy, aren't they? They don't.
These trailers are handy too.
They
ain't they?
sure are. They don't load up easy. I think this is the easiest you and I have ever loaded one.
Nice to hunt where you can use these things though. About gotta have them. Okay.
Yeah, she's done. Get her gear. Tell what we will do. I'll let you here. Let me hold your bow. You turn that bike around, trailer.
Okay.
And we can get out of here.
Before the flies eats us up.
Isn't that true?
Let's sit back and take note as the two bear hunters demonstrate the proper way to skin out a bear.
Okay, what we're going to do is try to show you here how to skin a bear, because a lot of people that never skin one out, they could possibly spoil a good hide, which would really be a shame. Take a nice animal and make the wrong cuts on it. What you want to do if you're wanting a bear rug is to take and split him right down along the inside of this leg, all the way across the chest, just like Jim's starting to do over on this leg here. Bring this right on across to here, see? Then we'll split him right down the belly and on the inside of each of his back legs. And you just peel the hide off of him.
Be nice to have it up straight, a sharp knife.
You need a sharp knife for this job. Okay, there are the cuts down the inside of the front legs. Same way with the back. Nobody it's cut here, just bring it right on over to mine. All right. We'll take him right up the
Well, I was
belly.
waiting for you to get through there. Didn't want two knives coming together at once.
Good idea.
Could be dangerous to their health. Now, if you're going to mount your bear life size, you'd left that on there.
Right. Okay. Now I'm going to take him right up the belly to where we joined on with the front. And we're ready to start really actually skinning him out. But the proper cuts is the main thing. And try not to make any unnecessary cuts in the hide, and your taxidermist will love you for it because it saves him a lot of work. And then just split him right on up the chin here. Makes it a lot easier then when you go to skin out that head.
Now, if a guy's going to have his bear mounted life size, he probably wants to split it up this far up to here for a taxidermist mounted life size.
If you're wanting to go with a life-size
Right.
mount, there
Right.
really wouldn't be any reason to split him that far. It just causes the taxidermist more work.
More work, right.
But that's the proper cuts to make. You'll have a good hide, and just be careful not to make any unnecessary cuts in.
Make sure you got plenty of salt around when you get ready to get
Gonna
him
need
off.
some salt when we're done here. Okay. Problem.
Yeah, really. That'd be kind of nice. Well, am I shooting first?
Yeah, go
I'll
ahead.
give you an aiming point, right?
Go ahead.
I know.
Give me something to shoot
I know
for.
you need
Give me-
something. Always need something to shoot at.
Give me something to shoot at.
Bingo!
That's not
Give
too
you.
bad.
It's not too shabby. Give you something to aim at. Of course, the way you shooting here lately, you probably split Robin Hood it for me.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah. Of course, you know.
Oh, does that cool breeze
Well,
feel
doesn't it?
nice?
It has been hot. It has been hot. Ooh, close,
Well, I was trying.
but no cigar. Let's see.
Some kinks worked out here.
You get some kinks worked out on it, I'm telling you. Yeah, let's see what. I got a good aiming point there. It's red flare.
Oh, son of a gun, man. I didn't bring a whole bunch of arrows.
Okay, I'll loan you some of mine if you go out, run out of arrows. Ooh!
I think
No,
we better
I
pull
think
them,
we better
dude.
stop. Yeah, I think we better slow down a little bit
I
here.
think we better pull
Let's
them.
walk up here and take a look at these arrows.
All right, now.
Okay. Well, it looks like we've got a dead bear on our hands here.
That's not too good a group for a couple
No.
old timers, is it?
Couple old timers, I'm telling you.
These things are great, you know that?
They sure are, Noel.
They stop an arrow good.
Mhm.
They don't tear your arrows up, and,
No.
and they hold up good in the weather.
Yeah, this is a McKenzie target, you know, and these folks have been in business for a long time. They make taxidermy supplies. They've been furnishing forms for taxidermists in the United States for probably
Yeah,
20 years.
last time I had my big buck redone, it was mounted on McKenzie
Is that
farm.
right?
Yeah,
I'll be
he
darned.
looks real good. But those would have every one of those arrows would have put that bear down.
Yeah, I would say double lungers on it.
I think that if I don't know, most guys probably already know this, but if they've done very much hunting, but all this right in here would be perfect lungs.
Mhm.
And I think too many guys make a mistake of trying to shoot an animal through the heart, because that heart lays real low in the brisket,
It's protected.
and it's protected by that shoulder. And if a guy's shooting a heavy bow, that's fine, but you still could hit it a lot of times and not go through. I think your lungs is your biggest target, and that's definitely what a guy ought to aim for.
Yeah, and you and I both know you take the air away from on a bear on a double lunger, and you don't have much of a tracking ahead of you.
Bear don't bleed good, and you need to put him down as quick as you could.
You sure do.
Well, let's go back and try it
All
again.
right. Well, you're doing a good job. You're making life tough on me shooting that way. Now, don't be bending my arrows.
Try that.
I heard that. I know you're real protective about yours as you take them out, but mine just need to twist on them hard.
You got more of them than I do. Let's get up here a little bit.
Okay.
Alrighty. Shoot a couple more. It's about time to hit out them baits.
Sure is.
The hunt so far has been a great success. And after a 4-hour-long downpour, the bears are ready to move out of the surrounding cedar swamps and hunt for an evening meal. This beautiful black bear grabs a pastry and heads back into heavy cover. Although many miles from human dwellings, bears are naturally cautious. Any foreign sight, sound, or scent will end a hunter's chance in putting his tag on one of these magnificent animals. Jim uses patience and holds out for his favorite shot as he waits for the bear to turn broadside. Jim draws his bow and his shot, like Noel's, is perfect. This sound, called the death cry, is a sure guarantee that the bear has not gone far.
right now.
Yeah, they're completely clean.
He's standing right here. One shot. Earl. Oh, up there. Broke the arrow. It looks like it's broke. It is broke. Sure it is.
Funny,
It is funny. Isn't
funny angle from where your stand, the way
Must have hit a rib or something. Broke it right at the back of the fletching.
he drove right in the ground.
Sure did.
Spun around. That's probably what broke you out.
Yeah.
Well, let's go here.
He can't be far.
Right on through here. Yeah, I went right through here. That rain last night, probably gonna wash out the blood anyway.
There he
no
is,
problem. No, there he is. Grabbing. He didn't go nowhere.
He didn't go nowhere.
That ain't 15 yards. Man, I tell you what, that's putting him down pretty quick.
He went down quick, didn't he?
All right. All right, nice bear. Good hair.
Good coat.
Good coat.
Start to stiff up a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Nice bear. Good hair. Got a big head.
Yeah, nice bear.
Good size head on it. Well, put her there, dude.
Hey, how about that,
We
huh?
did her.
We did her.
All right. That's a good one. You still alive, hear him growl?
I think we got a repeat of your shot.
No kidding.
Look at that.
Yep, just about almost identical. Oh, I don't look in here. Just look at the might have. You've got your split.
Oh, that's blood off of here. That's what...
Well, these bugs are bad. Let's get a rope or get something here. Let's drag him out the road
Yeah.
and see if we can get that four-wheeler
I'll
up
tell you
here.
what, why don't you grab him by the...
Get him out of here, okay?
Grab him by your side.
We're gonna take that. Let's take that. Let's take the bow back out to the road and get them ropes.
All right.
Then we'll go get the four-wheeler. I think that baby there.
I have never seen mosquitoes so bad in all my life. Yeah, I'll tell you what. I got Noel.
Yeah.
I got to run back to the bike.
The help of the ATV is a welcome sight once again, as these successful hunters round out day 3 of their hunt. Having learned that huge sturgeon inhabit these waters, Noel Feather sets out in his search for one of these hard fighting fish. A deep hole is located, and Noel sets the hook on a monster sturgeon. The battle is on. 35 minutes after being hooked, the fish begins to tire, and Noel is able to bring it to the surface. Sturgeon fishing certainly complements the great bear hunting found at this camp.
Wow, what a fish. Now that's a sturgeon.
Sturgeon. Cool. Here we go. Let's get him. You want to bring him to shore and weigh him?
Take him in his weight.
That's big enough for two people. Gary, I think. Does it feel like?
That son of a gun will weigh 50 or 60 pounds.
Good. Good. Okay, let's get him to shore.
All right. Let's go in and get him to a scale. Woo! Well, folks, we're back down to the main camp of the Fairview Lodge. And this is our host, Bill Zettelmoyer. Is that the way you pronounce it, Bill? I knew I'd goof it up. But we had a great time up there at the outpost camp, and we each killed a nice bear.
Sure
I don't know
did.
what else a guy could ask for.
That's true.
And we're going to come back down here now and see if we can maybe catch us some walleyes and let Bill show us around down here a little bit. You also run hunts out of here, don't you, Bill?
Yes, we do.
But you feel like that the outpost camp is a little better for bear, or how do you feel about that?
Well, we've hunted this particular area too hard. I want to take the pressure off this camp and start to push it over on the other camp. This is the first year we've really pushed that camp down there at all.
It seemed real good up there.
We've consistently taken a lot of bear out of here, and it's time that we slow it down a little bit because I don't want to overhunt it. That camp down there is extremely good. We have another camp that's 20 miles below that has got bear there I don't believe has ever seen a man.
Yeah.
And we have some huge bear down there. We've seen tracks down there. Some of the footprints just walking. The bear wasn't spreading his foot for any reason. It was 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches between the toe marks.
Oh yeah.
And that is a big bear.
Oh yeah.
We had one down there that picked the bear up and carried it off, about 125-pound bear, and ate the shoulder out of it till we got up to it. And that takes a big bear. Carried it and left no drag marks at all. So there is some large bear down there. We've killed some large bear in here too. But again, we've hunted this much longer than down there, so we're trying to just put the pressure on that and the camp down below that.
But for somebody that wanted to come up and do some bear hunting and a little fishing too, didn't want to maybe say rough it quite so much. Not that we felt like we was being deprived or was having it that rough, but it's definitely down here is a lot more
Yes,
modern.
the
and
meals are
everything.
prepared for you, and down there, of course, you have to do your own cooking.
Sure.
It's tent camps there, and it's log cabins here. We have electric for the generator, and we have propane lights in here as well.
Oh yeah.
And we're a lot better equipped, and it's a lot more convenient for people to come here. But for the ones who really want to rough it and get into a remote area and do it the hard way, that's the camp to go to.
For a guy coming up, possibly say wanted to bring his family with him and do some fishing, and maybe say the papa wants to do a little bear hunting, this would probably be a better deal
this
for
is
him
a
than
combination trip here.
going into the outpost.
Right, much better.
Did they tell you about the big sturgeon I caught?
Yes, they said you got one about 50 pounds.
Oh, he was a big one. I tell you, that thing, it was like trying to pull up a log. I never seen anything like it. That's the biggest fish I ever caught in my life.
I went down there one night, 2 nights in a row we fished, and I broke 22. We that were fishing broke 22 new 120-pound test lines down there.
Is that right?
There is some powerful big fish.
That's deep water up in there.
Yes, and we're extremely lucky. I think there's only 3 rivers, I believe, in Ontario, or in Canada, I think, that has the sturgeon. I'm not sure. I think there's 3 rivers in Ontario, and the Groundhog River is one of them.
Now that's the Groundhog River. Now this is Groundhog Lake.
Groundhog Lake, and the start of the Groundhog River is right at the foot of the falls, there by our ramp, and it goes 301 mile into James Bay.
Man, Ontario's a big country.
it
isn't
is.
It's quite large.
No, that's great.
A lot
But
of country.
you feel like that the walleye fishing, though, our chances of catching walleyes down here
In the
is
spring, yes.
better than they would be up there.
Right, but in
But-
the summertime, then it's better there than here.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, because they're more confined, and you'll find your walleye in deep water spots with cold water in the
I see.
summertime. And you get below your white water, and you'll pick them up in pockets. Where here they come back out into the lake and go down, and you've got to hunt for them. It's a
Well,
lot
we
harder.
caught some walleye up there, but we didn't catch anything very much size to it, you know. And I remember Matt had told me that he'd fished here, you know, a few days before we came in and had done real well. So I thought we'd come down and, you know, see if we couldn't do some good down here. Because, man, I know Jim loves to walleye fish, and I do too. And do you ever catch any sturgeon out of here?
We never fished for them.
Never fish.
I bet there's sturgeon.
I
in
bet
that
there's
lake.
And I'm sure there is, because as you come up the river, you'll catch them all the way up. And I've had people tell me that they catch them up below the dam. I've never fished for them, but I wouldn't know why not.
What is the average depth of this lake here, would you say?
Well, in the normal time in the summer, when it's at an average height, it's 11 to 15 foot lake. It's a shallow lake. We have
That's
pockets
walleye.
in here that's 67 to 70 feet, but the overall is 11 to 15 feet.
I notice you've got a lot of sand here on this little cove in here, which makes it great if someone wanted to come up, you know, like in the summer, do swimming and things like that. I would think it'd be great here.
It's a lovely place for children. The lake isn't deep through the beach. There's no holes they can trap into
Yeah.
to worry about. And you can go out 150, 200 feet, really, for little children, and get in much over their hips.
Well, you've got a beautiful spot here. I'll tell you, this is just gorgeous. And this evening, I mean, there's hardly any wind at all. And, boy, this is just a super evening to get out and do some fishing. So, I don't know if everybody's agreeable. I'm in favor of loading up and getting out there, and let's give it a try. See
I'm
if
ready.
we can't,
We'll
see if we can't tie in with a big walleye.
We'll find you a few someplace.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Noel, Jim, and Bill's son, Jake, an experienced walleye and bear guide, head out to do some fishing. Jake knows some secret hot spots, and it shouldn't take but minutes for the hunters to catch some fish.
Right over those rocks, Huh? Right over those rocks. There's my walleye, baby. I'm gonna get one.
That's where we're gonna catch you walleye.
First walleye right here.
I had to catch all the walleyes yesterday for lunch. These guys
Can't have no
You
cheating.
might have a long line release,
There will be no cheating going on.
but there will not be no money paid until the fish is in the boat.
Rocks. Oh, I hate a big mouth.
Oh no!
Oh, get the landing net. I got a rock coming in. Get the landing net, baby. Get the landing net. Hey, it is a rock.
It is a rock.
Look at there.
Yeah.
Get that landing net.
No, it's
Get in there.
long line release. You're on your own, buddy. You're on your own. I ain't about to help you.
All right. A guy won't even help you just because it's going to cost you the steak dinner.
That's right.
Whee! How about that? Where's the biggest snake between here and Thunder Bay?
That's there.
Hey!
That pike is gonna cost me a dang steak. I can see that.
That looks like about a 16-ounce porterhouse to me.
Boy, I hate seeing that.
Man, I tell you, this couldn't have come at a better time, fish. I tell you, I was just starting to get hungry. And, man, oh my. How about that? Get old Mr. Yellow Twister's here. I'm on the release program.
I hear you.
How about that?
I don't pay for releases. And those, oh, got a camera. I can't lie.
No, there'll be no line. Make that medium rare. And I would like baked potato and sour cream go on that, please.
How about a salad to go along with it?
Well, they'll definitely get a little salad to go with it.
Maybe a
Hey,
piece of apple
I'm
pie.
gonna get. Hey, that's $5 from the cameraman
I
too.
know.
Maybe remember that. So that'll buy me a nice drink. Maybe a margarita to go. Hi there. I'm Noel Feather. We're up here in New Brunswick, trying to kill a bear. This is my good friend Carmen Kelly. This is his resort here, Kelly Sporting Lodge. You go by, don't you, Carmen?
Yes.
And we're going to try a little fishing this morning. We just got in last night, and we're planning on doing some bear hunting tonight, but we thought we'd go out this morning and see if we couldn't catch us a fish or two. What mainly do you catch here, Carmen?
Mostly smallmouth, and we have landlock and pickerel, and the odd trout too. But it's late in the season to catch trout. But lots of perch and
Smallmouth
catfish.
would be your main fish here. then.
Smallmouth is the main one.
Well, is this a good time of year then, would you say, to catch smallmouth?
Well, it's better now than what it was a lot. It's probably slower fishing than what it is in May and June, but it's still
Springtime would be the very best maybe for
May
smallmouth?
May and June.
We used to catch a lot of smallmouth over in Ontario in the spring. We was up there doing spring bear hunting,
Oh yeah, yeah.
up in around Thunder Bay and up in that area.
Well, that's the best time here really too, because it was perfect fishing here this spring. You know, there was nothing to go down here and get 30, 40 smallmouth in the morning. We have a lot of fishermen that have done it. So
Sure.
we have others comes in here, well, they fish in the morning and hunt in the afternoon.
Well, maybe we can raise up a couple anyway.
Oh, I think we'll get a couple.
So let's go out there and see what we can do.
Okay.
Little nippy in that wind. Turn her off of that side. Okay, come on, Mom. Got him, I got him. It ain't a bass, that's a pickerel. Well, how about that? I thought I had a smallmouth. Well, it's better than nothing. Look at that sucker go. Yep, they're pretty good eating, aren't they, Carmen?
Oh, yeah. Everybody's Montana calls her a pike, but here the pickerel, the chain pickerel we call it. So they got a chain design on the
Uh-huh.
side. But he's identical to a pike only for that, eh?
Sure. Well, how about that?
So he's got his money, must weigh a pound or more, eh?
Uh-huh. That's enough to grease the skillet.
You don't put your fingers in this baby's mouth.
They got teeth like a
Oh.
like a northern, don't
Yeah.
they?
Yeah. Look at the rake on top of him. He's been hooked before or something.
Looks like you've been hooked before, yeah. Let's let this little guy go. He'll grow up to be a bigger one.
They're pretty, ain't they?
Yeah, they're beautiful, beautiful fish. Look at the markings on it.
There.
I'll just have to catch a bigger one now.
There. Right.
Yeah. Let's go. It's dinner time. You don't have to call me twice when it's time to eat. Call me everything, but call me for dinner.
Dinner's already started.
I got one pickerel. I got a pickerel. Just a fish story? It's a nice one. They accuse me of belly snagging. No, it's a pretty nice one.
Oh, we're gonna hear some fish story here.
Yeah, that's good.
You didn't go run into this water, did you?
Hey, I'll tell you what, that water's not as cold as you think it is. Put my hands in the water, it's actually pretty nice. I thought it'd be cold.
Go take a dip like the polar bear
No, no.
boys, you know?
Take no dip. I can do without that.
One belly smashed
Belly snagged. I had that dude right through the lip. Good fishing. Yeah, you bet. Well,
He's ready to quit me, but go to work for Carmen. They're telling us to do they used to go trapping before he got in there, he'd all the
he eat the bait before he got to the roost. That'd be trapped. Sardines was his favorite. I don't either. Sure looks good.
No snakes on the way by here.
Any better than this, huh?
Doesn't get any better than this, boys.
After a big, hearty lunch, Noel decides to hunt a few hours earlier than he normally would. The bait, a combination of breads and honey, were readily being hit in the middle of the afternoon. Bears are somewhat unpredictable in nature, and it often pays to go to a baited stand site early. A porcupine decides to take a closer look at the cameraman who has invaded his tree. Porcupines are quite common in the North Country, and in New Brunswick, they are a protected species. This extremely beautiful black bear wandered into the bait only minutes after Noel settled himself into his stand. Noel prepares for the right shot to present itself. Noel draws his bow. Hit behind the shoulder, the bear crashes off. Noel has just taken his 47th black bear. Pretty good bear.
I don't think, Carmen, we went very far. But, you know, I couldn't see going in on him last night. No. Because, you know, why take a chance? That looks like a little bit of blood right there. I don't think we're going to find too much, but I don't think the bear went very far. see here. They usually go for the thickest thing they can find. A lot of times they'll head for water too. Look ahead. There is water close by. You see anything at all or anything?
Goes back there.
It looks like you might have went right through here. And I don't see no blood.
Yep. There's one.
There's blood there? That's blood in it.
Yeah. Yeah. Thick ones all night like this. Sometimes it's pretty. That's blood in it.
Yeah, that's blood.
Oh, he ain't bleeding much.
No, he's not. See, the arrow stayed in him.
Yeah, that'll be the time.
And I think it went through and hit the shoulder on the opposite side, what it looked to me like.
Right. It was quite a whack when it hit him, huh?
Yeah. A loud crash when it hit. It sounded like it hit bone. Right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Open.
There he is. There he is, baby. How about that? I didn't think he'd go too far. That's a nice bear. Well, is he about what I told you? I told you that he, and I thought he'd go probably about 175, 200.
And he's all of that.
He's a nice bear.
Oh, here. Put her there.
Thank you. I think we could have went in last night and picked him up, but I figured it wasn't no use taking a chance.
He just went where he stone did, didn't he? He didn't do any swamps in here or nothing.
Just run till he died. Boy, that is a pretty bear. Look at the coat on that son of a gun.
Coat this time of the year.
For a fall bear, he's got a lot of hair on him. Ain't
Got a big foot.
he? Big foot. That's a nice bear.
Well, he
Man, that's one. If he's a little bigger, he'd like to mount him life size. That's really a pretty bear.
He'd be a pretty one mounted like size. He ain't got no brown much on his nose.
No, he's nearly all black.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll make book.
His nose seems to be broken.
I think his nose is.
Must be the way
Sure as feels like it,
I've
though.
never seen one too.
Yeah. Yeah, he's lung shot. So he's been bleeding out the mouth.
Yeah.
He's a good one.
There.
Well, now the work begins.
Oh, well, we'll get a...
Get four-wheeler. Be easy,
four-wheeler
wouldn't it?
down, yeah. We'll
Go up and get four-wheeler and
yeah.
take him out.
Right.
Yep.
He's a nice fur.
Yeah, he's got a good coat on him.
Shiny.
Yeah. That old bow will put him down, won't it?
Yeah.
Put it in the right place. It'll do the job.
She does it.
Well, let's get that four-wheeler and get him out of here.
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about your operation here, so maybe there might be some people want to come up and do some hunting.
Well, we can, we have 7 cabins, as you can see here. And we have one housekeeping cabin, then we have another room in the back of the lodge. We can put some up. We could hunt 20 easy, but we don't like to take that many. 15 deer hunters and a week, and 8 to 12 bear hunters a week. 8 or 10 is good.
Yeah.
And we can pick them up at the airport, Fredericton Airport, if they want to come in. Or they have their own float plane. They can land a float plane right here.
Wish I had one.
It's not that far from any of the New England states, here. 7 hours puts you, 8 hours puts you to Boston. And, it's not that far. I mean, another 8 hours almost puts you to Rhode Island. Eh?
Boy, it sure is pretty around here.
It's nice this
It's
time
really
of year.
nice. I'm surprised how much color we're picking up here just since I got here. Been here a week now, and there's a lot more color in the woods than when we first got here.
Really turning now fast.
Boy, another week's going to really make a lot of difference. It's really going to be pretty.
But we've had some quite cold weather too. Frost.
It's been pretty nippy a few mornings.
Yeah.
I don't think there was frost last night, but there sure was a big dew on the ground. And
one thing about the bear hunting this time of the year, this is strictly bow, these 2 weeks.
That's what makes it nice.
Yeah, and there's no other hunters in the woods. Nothing. They're the only hunters in the woods. So.
Yep, that's what really makes it nice.
Yeah. It does. But we have the main lodge over here, and That's where all the meals is there. We have 3 meals a day.
I'll
plus
say
the
one thing, they
lodges-
sure do feed you.
The lodge is open all night. If
I
anybody
probably
wants
gained
to go
10
in the
pounds this
lodge.
week.
Yeah.
No, those gals sure do know how to put on a good meal.
I walk it all off. I put a lot on, but I walk it off.
You do get a lot of exercise there, no doubt about that. I need to get more. I used to, but too busy, too much traveling.
And we should have another bear in maybe today. Our partners hope to try to hit a bear last night.
Oh,
so
John, yeah.
Yeah, they probably got him.
Yeah, they should find that bear all right. Well, I need to get down there and start packing stuff up a little bit. I'm going to have to head out of here in the morning, so
Yeah.
get my stuff rounded up a little bit. Maybe if the rest of the boys gets back, we'll eat a bite of dinner and they can get out after them again.
Okay. We'll see you then.
Okay.
Bear
then.
hunting is a great sport, and Noel has had 2 very successful trips in his quest for the shy and elusive black bear.